Hey, welcome in everybody. In this video, you can see I have a lot of crazy sketch items going on. So I want to show you how to use sketch constraints because you're definitely going to be asked a question or two on this certified user exam in Inventor, how to use sketch constraints. So what I want to do is I'm going to kind of go over each of the constraints up here, and not each of them, but maybe the major ones. So the first one is the coincident constraint. This one's kind of neat. So if I click on the coincident constraint, basically I can take, let's say I can take the center of this circle and I can constrain it to the end of this arc here. So boom. So now if I try to move the circle, it's always going to be stuck on the end of that arc, which is kind of neat. And then let me undo this. I want to show you something else you can do with it. So I can also use the coincident constraint if I click on the center of the circle. Instead of picking the end of the arc, if I just pick the arc itself, let me right click, hit OK there. So if I try to move this circle, the center, it can move along this arc. Now it's constrained to the arc itself, not to any of the endpoints or any specific points. So that's all about the concentric constraint. Another thing you can do with the concentric constraint is you can click the center points of two circles, or so let's say if I want to constrain these two circles, the center point of them, I can click the center point of this circle, the center point of this circle, boom. It'll make it, so it kind of acts as if it's a concentric constraint. So it just kind of locks those two center points together. All right, so let me undo that. So that's this first one here. That is the coincident constraint. The next one is going to be the collinear constraint. So if I want to line up two items, I click on the collinear. Let's say I want to line up these two lines here. So I just click one, click two, and boom, it lines them up together. And then as I kind of demonstrated kind of one way to use this, let me hit OK. So the concentric constraint, it's going to make these center points of two curvy things kind of together. So let's say if I want to make this center of this circle and the center of this circle, bam, it kind of smacks them together like that. And then let's see, let's go to the next one. The next one is going to be, the main one is going to be like a parallel constraint. So if I want to make these two lines here parallel to each other, I'm just going to click on my parallel constraint. I'll select these two lines and it makes them both parallel. And then the next one is the perpendicular constraint. So with the perpendicular, obviously it's going to make lines perpendicular to each other, or right angles. So let's say if I want to make these at right angles to each other, I'm going to click this first line, click the second, click this line here, click this one. So it makes them all right angles to each other. And then the next one is horizontal constraint. So horizontal constraint, let's say that I want to make the intersection or of these two line segments line up horizontally with the center point of these circles that I made. So I'm going to click on the horizontal constraint. See where you get this little red dashed line, or it's whatever color dashed line you have. I don't know if I changed my settings or not, but anyway, I'm going to click on this elbow here, click on the center, and it lines those up horizontally. And you can do the same thing with the vertical constraint. So if I click on the vertical constraint, I can do the same thing, but now it's going to line it up vertically here. So I click this, click that, and it lines them straight up and down. So that's kind of neat. The next one is the tangent constraint. I use this one a lot actually. So if you wanted to make a line tangent to a circle or tangent to an arc, so I want to make this line tangent to this circle. And you're like, okay, what did it do? But if I extend this thing, I extend this line all the way down, you can see it's tangent to that. And then those are probably it. Equal will make two items. Let's say if I wanted to make these two circles have the same radius or same diameter, I could click these, and then it's going to make them two the same. So those are probably the main ones that you're going to be asked to use. So probably if you're ready to take the certified user exam, you kind of know how to use these, but just kind of familiarize yourself with all the sketch constraints, because you're definitely going to see that on the exam. So I hope that helps, and peace out.